Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and Season 4 is now live for Modern Warfare 2. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I was not hyped for this season at all. I'm not even sure that I still am. What you guys are watching is actually a live video. I normally pre-record my videos, gameplay in the background, then I speak over it after the fact. Here it's gonna be live, just trying out something new. Here you can actually hear my freaking controller going on. I paid no attention to the rumors, the leaks, anything regarding Season 4. I did not care. For me personally, I think I'm at the point where with Modern Warfare 2, it took them so long to get things actually going that I'm now at the point where I'm so burnt out on the game. I'm more or less just waiting on Call of Duty 2023 and whatever Sledgehammer Games is going to be working on. Here we have the Battle Pass, and I've heard about a couple of weapons, but I don't even know what they're going to be. So here we have the Tempest Razorback. This is going to be one of the weapons going to be coming to the game. Of course, you can get it for free just by leveling up, and of course, the game itself is going to be stuttering quite a bit because I haven't booted up in a little while, so things are going to be a little bit laggy now and then, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, new assault rifle, definitely pretty cool, and then apparently pressing B backs you completely out of the Battle Pass. That seems like bad UI right there. And then going all the way down here, the ISO 45. Okay, new SMG as well. And maybe some other things are going to be included here as well. I think I heard something about a pistol maybe, but yeah, you have to play the game to actually unlock these, but you can't get them for free. New assault rifle, new submachine gun, actually seems like pretty good content for the vast majority of players out there. And I've always said this, right? When a new season comes out and like the mainstay weapon is like a tac rifle or light machine gun, people don't care as much because those are lesser used weapons in the game. The vast majority of players use assault rifles, submachine guns, and sniper rifles, right? Then maybe the occasional shotgun, maybe pistols actually matter to some people. Two new maps here, the Kuzenstar District. I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. There's actual color to the map. That looks fantastic just from the picture. And then Showdown. I had no idea Showdown from COD 4 was going to be coming to the game here. I'm kind of wondering as to whether or not the map is going to be completely faithful to what we had back in Call of Duty 4, so we're going to go ahead and just jump right on into this and see what the map actually looks like. Alright, so we're finally in after all that time. Nothing really quick about this matchmaking. You can kind of tell right away. I'm just going to go right down the middle here. This used to be the old sniper area, but it looks like they kind of blocked off part of that. Maybe not, maybe not. You can actually see quite a bit right through there, so maybe you can actually get the old spawn snipe. But that was like the only redeeming factor to me about Showdown back in COD 4 was the fact that you could run right down the middle, go for that spawn snipe. Sometimes people would try to get triples or quads or whatnot, and in general, the middle is like the fastest way to anywhere, so people tend to go that way. But the map itself does look pretty good, but there's definitely a number of little tiny layout changes. Like this was just a normal ramp back in Call of Duty 4. Definitely a little bit different right there. Actually, they built it up right here as well. It's a bit more faithful than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely not exactly the same, which I think is okay at the end of the day. Like sometimes it's good just to have a completely faithful remake of a map, but at the same time, it's also nice for them to tweak and change a little bit about the map to try and make it a little bit better for more of a modern game or more of a modern audience. Like if you look at some of the maps in Call of Duty 4, while they may have been fantastic for certain aspects of the game, if you add all the extra bells and whistles and bits of equipment and things that we have here in Modern Warfare 2 to a map that was originally designed for a game like Call of Duty 4, which basically had nothing. I mean, you had 3 attachments on your gun, you had a frag grenade, you had a stun, you had a, you know, things like that. Like COD 4 was very basic. So the maps themselves have to evolve a little bit over time. I think the problem comes when they change the maps around a little bit too much. And when they do that, they kind of lose the initial soul that the map had and what kind of made the map iconic and beloved for fans to begin with, you know what I mean? But yeah, this map actually doesn't look all that bad. The other map looks kind of decent just based on its appearance, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And dude, oh, look at the stuttering right there, dude. If you look at alright, just don't judge my aim, man. Just don't judge it. Don't judge it. I've been playing Diablo for like the last like week, maybe even longer. Like however long Diablo's been out, that's like all I've been doing, all I've been playing. It's been super addictive. I have not even held a controller in this time, except late at night when it's time to watch The Simpsons on Disney+. So that's how that goes. But yeah, overall the map itself looks fine. Yeah, a couple layout changes here and there. Don't overly despise it. Like these were just basically going to be first impressions. And yeah, so I think it's time to just jump on into the other map, see what that's all about. Alright, so it's good to know virtually nothing has changed since last time I played Modern Warfare 2. Alright, I'm hearing it. Am I actually in? Am I good? Oh, no, we're stuttering quite a bit. Are we good to go? Are we in? Alright, so when I was actually loading into this map, unfortunately the first time I ended up crashing. When I was loading in, this map, just looking at it, kind of reminded me of that rooftop map that I think was back in Black Ops Cold War. It was a, what do they call it, face-off map, which is actually a really cool concept, and they're slowly introducing that same idea here into Modern Warfare 2. My question is, why don't they have stuff like that right there from the very beginning? The ability to just reuse assets and reuse maps and stuff like that to give more content to players is something that they never end up doing until like the very end of the game's life cycle, whereas they could have that there right at the very beginning. One of the things I think COD should do more often is front-loading their DLC content. I mean, if you have like a very bare bones game at launch and then you start drip feeding fans content after the fact over the course of several months, it's just going to burn fans out. I know it's definitely happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to a number of you guys out there as well. Having more content at the very beginning of the game's life cycle as compared to slowly adding it over time, I think is overall better for the entire player base and the game as a whole. And apparently I had to run all the way across the map to find one person, but, you know, that's how it goes. And now they're taking A. The map itself is gorgeous. I mean, my textures aren't loading in because I haven't booted up this game basically since, oh, call it Season 3, honestly. Oh, that's someone's body. I thought it was someone jumping around the corner at me. Nope, it's just that guy hiding. Yes, I don't know. I don't understand why they always seem to do that with COD. They always seem to have like very bare bones launches, and then they try to really get the game going, and then by the end of the game's life cycle, typically there's a lot of content, it's actually enjoyable, and fans are kind of happy with what's there, but the problem is the only people that are playing at that point are the most super hardcore fans. I feel like the super casual fans are not going to be around and playing at that point in the game's life cycle, so they end up missing out on a lot of that content. I did see when I rebooted the game that they actually have it so you can play Search and Destroy on the Ground War maps. I think it's actually 12v12, something absurd like that. And that seems kind of interesting, I'm not going to lie. I might actually try that out. I have a feeling I'm just going to like die instantly every single round and then, you know, sit there spectating. But I think it's a cool concept, and it goes back to what I was saying, the entire idea that why didn't they have something like that more towards the very beginning of the game's life cycle? Apparently we have to go down this alley. I don't think we can go back the way I came. Maybe Mr. Helicopter helps out, we'll be fine. No, get shot in the back. Yeah, just one of those things I've always kind of thought about COD. Hopefully Sledgehammer learns from that. I don't know. Vanguard was a pretty massive disappointment for myself, and I'm sure a lot of other players out there. And why is this guy not just going around the corner? Okay, you actually got him already. I thought the guy was still laying there, just straight up going to take the flag with my teammate just laying there next to him. But Sledgehammer's known for a game like Call of Duty World War II, where they took fan feedback to heart and things were actually pretty awesome. But then they had a game like Vanguard where they did take fan feedback. They did make like the ninja perk an actual thing and stuff like that. But overall, the game itself just wasn't very good. So World War II was fantastic. Vanguard was awful. So I'm really not sure what to expect from COD 2023. And I think that's part of the reason why they're being so silent on the entire topic. I mean, when's the last time we heard anything official about COD 2023? I don't think we have, aside from, was it Activision's like investors report or whatever? They were just like, oh yeah, so we definitely have a game, and I don't even know if they confirmed that it was made by Sledgehammer. They may have, I really don't remember. You know, they're not really talking about that game really whatsoever, but it is still very early summer, so there's still a lot of time for them to actually, you know, figure stuff out, but we'll have to wait and see. And like I said, my aim is going to be absolutely awful, but, you know what, don't blame me. No judgment here. I don't judge you guys. Oh, he's still hiding right there. I haven't touched these classes in months and months and months, and that's just because, you know, once I got the final camo in the game here, I was just ready to go. And I got Orion. I made a couple classes I liked with guns I liked, because I could finally just use the weapons I like, which are basically the old school guns, you know, M4, 74U, MP5, things like that. And then I haven't touched them. So I couldn't even tell you what perks are on this class. It's just basically whatever I had initially. But overall, the map itself seems fine. I mean, it's definitely a breath of fresh air aesthetically, especially now that my textures have loaded in. Does anyone else have that same issue when they play on PC and they haven't played in a while, that they have to like wait for all their textures to actually load in when they boot up the game after a couple of weeks? Yeah, so initially the map looked terrible, but in general, I think it looks pretty good. In terms of gameplay, this is literally my first match. I couldn't tell you. You know, a lot of the time people will say, oh, this map is great, or this map sucks, and it's usually based on how well they initially do. That's why you gotta kind of take first impressions when it comes to video games like this with a proper grain of salt. Because it's really hard to tell, like, until you actually play the map a bunch, that's when you can actually determine whether or not it's a good map. When the community kind of develops some meta around the map, when people start figuring out the sight lines. Like me, personally, I'm literally aimlessly running around. I don't know where to go. I'm chasing red dots on the map. Not that we have those in this game, but yeah, I'm running around just hoping to find somebody. And I have a feeling now that we grab that, they're going to be spawning down here at C, which is being shot at by a helicopter. Now they're back at A. You see what I mean? Like, this is what happens when there's a brand new map. That's why you have to really take those first impressions with a grain of salt. People say the map is great. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, yo, where is everyone? Or even people on the other team. Oh, they end up quitting because we got air support on them. Actually makes sense. Well, I guess it's a good time to wrap up this portion of the video. This map, not so bad. Looks pretty good. Maybe we should try out that search and destroy, although I have a feeling I'm going to really suck. All right, we're in. What weapon do I even, like, use here? I don't even know. Do I go for, like, the Tempest Torrent? I don't know. Oh, I'm already locked into this. So we're playing on Seraph Bay. Let's check out the TAC map. Okay, okay, that's good. I was wondering if it was going to be, like, the totality of the entire map itself, or if they were going to just lock down a specific area. And this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what they should have been doing right from the very beginning. They had the technology here. They could have done this at any point. You know what I mean? Like, actually have it so these areas of different maps and stuff like that are actually being used for fun game modes like this and search and destroy, or blocking off other areas of other maps for gunfight maps. That's the kind of stuff they should have there at launch. This should not be content that comes out, you know, in Season 4, when it's like the middle of summer or whatever, when people aren't actually playing the game as much anymore. Like, first impressions are such an important thing. And like I was just saying when we were playing the last map, I take them with a grain of salt for sure, but when people play a game for the first time and they get bored of it right away, are they likely to come back to it? Probably not, at least for me personally, right? I'm not too keen on going back to games where they did not actually give me a very good first impression. If it's one of those games where, I think 2042 is an example of that came out really poorly, and then apparently now it's a lot better. People are saying, like, oh yeah, they did this and did that, they fixed a bunch of these things, it's actually fantastic now. I don't care. It's been so long. Like, I'm probably missing out on the fantastic game of 2042 by not actually participating in it, but they lost me. You know, back when the game initially launched, they lost me, and I don't want to go back to it. And I think a lot of people are doing the same thing with COD right now. You know, if Modern Warfare 2 left a bad taste in their mouth, then chances are they're not going to be coming back. Did that door... The door just, like, glitch like that? Or what happened right there? Oh, I ain't fighting that head glitch. Yeah, go for the hip fire, man. Should just pull out the main gun. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are not ever going to experience battle map search and destroy because they're already done with the game. They're already burnt out on it. They're already just, you know, whatever. Same thing with gunfight. They may hear the gunfight is back, and they're like, oh yeah, gunfight was fun in previous CODs, but, you know, I guarantee you there are tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of players out there that have already quit games like Modern Warfare 2 because they did not like it at launch, and they're not even going to give new content a try. And then all this dev work and all this time and effort goes to basically nothing. It's just there to kind of appease the people that are still playing the game, and we all know that player count is a lot less than what we initially had back when the game first came out. So I don't know, those are just some thoughts. I think they should really front load DLC a lot more, because as these seasons go on, we have season 4 here, then Reloaded's going to happen, then 5 Reloaded, then 6, and probably 6 Reloaded as well. We might have that between now and COD 2023. I feel like a lot of that content is just not going to be seen by a lot of players, and I think that's a fundamental flaw with how Call of Duty is kind of doing their DLC. But I will say, this one particular area of Seraph Bay is pretty beautiful for a search and destroy map. Maybe it's because I actually like the sunshine and the water, and it kind of gives off that summer vibe, and I don't know. I kind of dig it, not gonna lie. Let's see if this guy can clutch up right here. And he did. We lost it. Well, there you guys have it. Search and destroy. I'm just going to go ahead and back. Oh, can't back out now. But that's basically going to be the end of the video. Just wanted to kind of hop on, kind of see what the new content was. And I can definitely see myself playing this. I heard with the new Warzone map, I hear something like they actually changed something like health from 100 to 150, which would kind of make it feel more like Blackout. If that is the case, then maybe my friends and I would actually, you know, go ahead and give that a try. But when it comes to the multiplayer content here, it seems pretty solid. I mean, one brand new map, we got a return of Showdown here, and then of course the new Search and Destroy. That's fantastic as well. So like, it's a good, like, the content seems fine. New assault rifle, new submachine gun, new map, and all that. But like, I don't feel like people care. And I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.